What is going on, everybody? It's the France, and we're here for a Monday Night Raw review for May the 2nd, 2022. I can't believe we're in the month of May already. We're on the road to WrestleMania Backlash, which is this Sunday, live on Peacock or the WWE Network, everywhere else you can find it. They were in Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. Corey Graves, Brian Saxton, and of course, Jimmy Smits. We had the Bloodline here. Honestly, it felt like me to a waste of time. I know they're trying to hype up the big, huge match coming up on Sunday, which I still don't understand why we had to get rid of the unification match. Maybe WWE had a change of heart. I don't know why. I mean, the unification needs to happen ASAP. Also, we had WWE take a step in the right direction with the Sonya Deville stuff by saying that tonight she was stripped of her official powers as she was put into a six-woman tag match with Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and Asuka. Asuka's first match on TV since she came back from injury. Also, we had AJ Styles take on Damian Priest with a stipulation if AJ Styles beat Damian Priest, Damian Priest would be barred from ringside. And what can I say about it? I hate these stipulations because it's obvious what's going to happen. Damian Priest is going to lose. AJ Styles is going to get what he wants. And it's like, if you really want to make it be unpredictable, you have to have a stipulation. What if Damian Priest wins? But no, if Damian Priest loses, he gets barred from ringside. That was obvious. With also AJ Styles getting a little help from a former Bullet Club stable, a former leader of Bullet Club. Also, not much else happened on the show. The Bloodline hit the ring. You have Paul Heyman do his normal thing. You have Roman Reigns say Drew Greensboro acknowledge him, and out of nowhere, RK Bro hit stereo RKOs. Of course, Randy Orton was more cleaner on the Usos. They call out Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre comes out. One thing leads to another. All 6-man brawl. And honestly, I don't know why we're putting this match on the pay-per-view. We could have just did this match right here, right now. It is WWE's MO. Let's have 6 guys go out there and brawl around and then say, let's make a 6-man tag team match, player. But they didn't do that because they got to save it for pay-per-view. Again, I still don't understand. I'm under the impression that Roman Reigns is somewhat injured. Why else would this guy, who for weeks has been saying he wants tag team gold on both shoulders of his cousins, and then the Friday after WrestleMania, he's like, you guys need to go to Raw and bring me those Raw tag team titles. All of a sudden, he's like, nah, I don't want the tag team titles anymore. I just want us to be in this 6-man tag match. Obviously, there's also the fact that WWE is trying to hold off between Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns until a bigger show. And I'm thinking, the Friday after WrestleMania, you had Shinsuke Nakamura get laid out by the Usos. It teased a match between Roman Reigns and Shinsuke Nakamura. Why didn't you just go with Roman Reigns versus Shinsuke Nakamura? This is a B, C, D minus F level pay-per-view. You don't even have to have Roman on the card if you don't want to. The main event could have been the unification match. It's a big deal. And Roman Reigns could have missed this. He could have been the guy sitting at ringside. You could still have Roman on the card. He's sitting at ringside watching. Not on commentary, just watching. Or even watching from the stage. Watching his cousins take on the Usos in a unification match. That's all you needed to do. You didn't have to have Roman in a match. But they went with Roman in a match that makes no fucking sense. If you really want to hold off Roman versus Drew, then you could have just booked Shinsuke versus Roman at WrestleMania Backlash. Or even, if you wanted to do the 6-man tag team match, Shinsuke would be in the place of Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre doesn't need to be in the position he's in right now. Just WWE not thinking ahead. They just don't, they don't think long term. For weeks it was, we're going to have a unification match, and then all of a sudden, Vince wakes up and goes, we ain't doing that unification. We're going to do a We're gonna do a 6-man tag, god damn it! So the Raw was just to hype that up, and honestly, I don't know why. We see video footage earlier from Ezekiel introducing himself to the Street Profits. They give Street Profit a solo. The Street Profits give him a solo cup that he takes a drink. He has to, get a little bit more in before he can take it down. Chad Gable and the Alpha Academy come up and say, "What the hell are you doing? This is a joke." And Kevin Owens comes in, and so somehow the smartest guy in WWE didn't realize that lie detector tests cannot be admissible in court because they are easily manipulated, and they can be tricked by, he says, the most conniving guys, most conniving liars. Yes, that's why lie detector tests are pathetic pieces of equipment. They don't work as well as you think they should. So, Street Profits said, "We're going to beat you guys. Us three are going to beat you three up later." Street Profits and Ezekiel up. They want the smoke. They raise their glasses. Kevin Owens grabs Ezekiel's glass, red solo cup, throws the water in his face because it's just water. I mean, come on. And they all run away as the Street Profits hold him back, and we go straight to that match. If you think I gave two shits about this match, you are barking up the wrong tree. Gable rolls up Ezekiel with it's the most devastating move in all of WWE. So devastating roll-up. A roll-up is so devastating that Xavier Woods has adopted it as his finisher. The backwards is a cradle pin roll-up. I mean, come on. Alpha Academy and Kevin Owens win. The fact that Ezekiel is already losing and taking pinfalls in matches just shows you that they have no plans for this dude. They never had plans for this dude. Excuse me. AJ Styles talking backstage with Kevin Patrick. We go to commercial break. We come back and we talk about the stipulation on the match tonight between him and Damian Priest. Which, of course, Damian Priest is going to lose because you know he's going to. They also show us what happened last week with Sonya Deville challenged Women's Champion Bianca Belair. Deville is backstage with Adam Pearce complaining about upper management looking into her conduct, which she says is not fair. Pearce says officials want to see Deville compete again as a performer with no other power. Makes Deville, Lynch, and Rhea Ripley versus Asuka, Bianca, and Belair, and Liv Morgan for later. And Deville says, "How about we make it a no-holds-barred match?" Pearce says, "Tonight, there is no we. You have no executive power tonight at all." So, this is one step close. But they did reiterate that it was just for tonight. Sonya Deville was a competitor tonight, nothing more. Veer Mahan versus Bert Hansen. This guy apparently is, they had Byron Saxton in the ring interviewing him. They've done this before with Ryback's opponents and other talents. Like, when Braun Strowman first started, this is how we got James Ellsworth, actually, was when they would do this. They would have, I think it was Byron Saxton or someone go up and interview the victim. And doing this is what led to James Ellsworth having that shitty-ass run, which saw Carmella eventually become the SmackDown Women's Champion after she won Money in the Bank twice. He says, I worked at the barbecue joint down the street, and I was dreaming about being here one day, and I'm going to take this opportunity to show off to my friends. Yeah, show off to your friends and get your ass completely beat as Via beats him up, hits the $1 million arm, puts him in the chokehold, and beats him, and that is that. What else do you want to say? And then he beats him. The bell rings, he beats him and all that. Cervical clutch, Hansen quickly taps out. He does it again after the match, and that was that. AJ Styles versus Damian Priest. I missed this entire match because I had to go help my grandfather with my grandmother. She's ailing and everything, so he needed my help getting her in her house. All I know is that he rolled up. Edge tried to help Damian, because they showed the replay letters, the only way I know this. Edge tried to help Damian Priest win this match. That didn't work up, and once again, the most devastating move in all of professional wrestling was used to win the match as AJ Styles rolls up Damian Priest. You know, where it used to be a thing where finishing moves like the Styles Clash, the Spear, the jackhammer, the Trouble in Paradise, the Bro Kick were the most devastating moves. The F5, moves like this, the Attitude Adjustment, they were the most devastating moves. The RKO, they were devastating, more devastating than anything else. That's why they're called finishers. Nowadays, if you want to have a devastating move, it's to have a roll up. Just roll somebody up and they can't get out after a while. How WWE has buried, how wrestling itself has buried finishing maneuvers is all you have to do is roll somebody up to get an easy win. Pathetic. After the match, Edge beats up on, they beat up on AJ Styles. They're going to do a concerto to AJ's already injured arm. Finn Balor comes out to even the odds. Judgment Day is sent flying, and then we get a two sweep between AJ Styles and Finn Balor, which is so cool. Especially after what happened with the Bullet Club this past weekend with Juice Robinson joining, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson returning to Japan, and all that good shit. MVP also backstage with Cedric Alexander. Cedric is interested in renewing the previous business relationship he had with MVP. MVP has moved on to bigger and better things. He asked Cedric to excuse him so he and Omos can talk business. Cedric says Shelton Benjamin isn't here tonight, so he's going to show what he can do on his own against Bobby Lashley. MVP pauses, he and Omos will be watching. Cedric goes to speak some more, but Omos interrupts and sends him on his way. I was also not able to see this. We get the whole 50th anniversary of The Rock, the 50th birthday of The Rock. Happy birthday to him, apparently. Him and Pat McAfee share birthdays, so good on them. The world was, this day gave us two great men, Pat McAfee and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. What a crazy day May 2nd is. You get a Miz TV with Mustafa Ali. This all leads, again, Miz TV, I really don't care. I don't give a shit. All I know is it leads to Austin Theory and Miz versus Mustafa Ali in a 2-on-1 championship contenders match, which makes me wonder if Miz would have been pinned by Mustafa Ali. Does that mean Mustafa Ali still gets a title match, or does he have to pin Austin Theory? Well, it doesn't really fucking matter because Mustafa Ali gets pinned by Skull Crusher Finale from The Miz. How about all those idiots out there who thought that Mustafa Ali was going to get this big old push? They're bringing him to TV for a reason, they think. Oh, he's going to get a push. He's going to go out there and do something. They're going to do something with him. He gets beat. He gets attacked by Ciampa, and that is that. Nothing else you can say about this. 24-hour bullshit. I don't know. Nikki Trash wins the title. Don't give a shit. They have a title match between her and Dana Brooke. Dana wins. Reggie rolls her up. She gets pissed off. She wants a divorce. Who gives a shit? Kevin Patrick is backstage with Becky now, asking about what happened last week. Lance rants about and says Asuka has never faced big-time Beck, so she has no idea what she's in for. She says this is her comeback story, and it begins with ending Asuka. I wouldn't mind if they ended Asuka and sent her packing on her way, and Kana could return to Japan, AEW, Impact Wrestling, somewhere else where she isn't being wasted on television. Asuka has been wasted since the day she came up, since the day she lost her championship, her title, her undefeated streak to Charlotte 9000. She's a 4-time SmackDown Women's Champion, they said. I totally forgot about that. You won, I think it was her. Hold on. No, I think I heard that wrong. I believe they were talking about Becky as a 4-time SmackDown Women's Champion. Asuka's only won once, but former SmackDown Women's Champion, 2-time Raw Women's Champion, and every single one of those title reigns were meaningless. Now, Asuka had to lose her SmackDown Women's Championship so Charlotte could be deserving to be in the triple threat match so they could have a winner take all like they did when Becky won both belts at WrestleMania in 2019. But then she won the Raw Women's title twice because she was literally gifted the championship by Becky Lynch. And if I'm correct, she lost it to Sasha and then won it back. And then she held that, of course, until WrestleMania last year where she lost to Rhea Ripley. But neither one of those title reigns, all three of those title reigns are meaningless. The last time Asuka had an actual title reign that meant something, he was the NXT Women's Champion, putting out a 500-day undefeated, being undefeated for over 500 days. But yeah, it is what it is. WWE has not given us a reason to care about Asuka, and honestly, good time. They hadn't after she's done with the whole Becky thing and whatever. It would not surprise me if Asuka's on the Nick Khan budget cut list because they're not going to do anything with her. They don't she's getting up there. She's getting up there in age. Getting up there. She's 40 years old. Do you think WWE is going to... They're going to that youth movement. They want everyone to be young. Asuka's going to be out of a job in WWE very soon. I just have a feeling that either between the end of this year and the end of next year, Asuka's time in WWE will be over. For some reason, we're getting a Seth Rollins Appreciation Night tonight. What the fuck ever. Don't care. So he comes down to the ring and says, it's funny the crowd mentions... Oh, wait. He says they need to celebrate... We spent all week last week celebrating Orton. I got him thinking of how we should celebrate a visionary, a revolutionary, a global sex icon, blah, 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 blah. So now he needs everyone to stand up and celebrate him tonight. Poses as the boos and the crowd start, but someone from the crowd. Then we get the piped-in singing of his theme song. He says this is giving him chills, standing under a spotlight. He brags some more until the chants for Cody start coming in. He says it's funny the crowd mentions that jerk because he tried stealing Rollins' spotlight at WrestleMania, but Rollins will prove why you can't steal his spotlight at Backlash because he is the freaking spotlight. Fans chant for Cody some more. Rollins yells at the crowd to shut up because this is his night. He says fans are wrapped up in this American nightmare crap that they forgot how good he is. We get a "We Want Cody" chant. Rollins says he had his people coming with a video package highlighting just showing just how good he is. He sends us to the video package, but instead Cody's music hits, and he is pissed off. Cody comes out, fans chant for Cody, and he takes the mic. Rollins says, before you say anything, why are you putting your nose where somewhere it doesn't belong? Why are you interrupting my night? If you're not here to give me my flowers, then shut up. And it's like, okay, you want those? Everyone congratulate Seth freaking Rollins. And he says, truly, says, what is this all about? Is this unraveling at the seams of Rollins, which he can't seem to shake. Is it his win at WrestleMania is just the albatross hanging around your neck? He goes and says he feels like Rollins is about to cross the line. He doesn't want to cross before Backlash. Cody says he can tell Rollins he's one of the best in the world, and that'd be true. He could also say Rollins is delusional, which could also be true. And Rollins is like, me? Delusional? Oh, please. American Dream, Dusty Rhodes wrestled hundreds, maybe thousands of times in this arena. It says, like Cody, Dustin was an egomaniac who transcended the business. Rollins says it looks like the apple hadn't fallen far from the tree. And Dusty was delusional, like Cody says. Dusty wanted to be WWE champion so bad, but he wasn't good enough. And as long as Seth Rollins is here, Cody isn't going to be good enough either. Last, and they start brawling. Cody turns it around and beats Rollins down. Cody with a springboard cutter out of nowhere. Rollins flies onto the floor, stumbling around as Cody sees in the ring. Rollins yells from the stage and acts like he wants to fight Cody as Cody yells back from the ring. Tosses Rollins' suit jacket to the fans. Suit jacket to the fans in the crowd, and that is that. I'm sure that's on eBay right about now. I heard no lies in there, though. I heard no lies in how WWE, yes, Dusty Rhodes, charisma, wrestling, in-ring ability, and all that stuff. He was great. But in Vince McMahon's eyes, Dusty Rhodes wasn't good enough to be WWE champion. And when push comes to shove, if everything goes the way it does, Vince McMahon is going to eventually feel that Cody Rhodes is not good enough to be WWE champion. Rose is the bud. What do you call it? The bud is going to be falling off that rose very, very soon, and people are going to just see how long it takes. Bobby Lashley versus Cedric Alexander. Basically, what happened is the Omos and MVP come out. MVP, of course, talks trash. Cedric Alexander did get some attacks on him, even attacked his knee. But in the end, Cedric Alexander gets speared and then put into the Hurt Lock, and that was that. Shara was backstage with Liv Morgan about what happened 2 weeks, why she did what she did last week. She says she just did the same thing Rhea did to her. She thought they was a great she thought they were a great tag team. I mean, they looked good together. But then Ripley said she was the problem. She goes on and says Ripley is really disappointed in herself. She's not disappointed in me. She's actually disappointed in herself. Because she won't take the blame for any of Ripley's problems, and she won't be taking another beating from Rhea. And if she doesn't believe that, then watch her. We're going to book Rhea Ripley to be a heel, right? Whenever they have this match between these two, she needs to, Liv Morgan needs to be absolutely destroyed. You need to make Rhea Ripley look like a fucking monster out there. She needs to go out there a badass. Someone who's just going to go out there and just beat the shit out of everybody and anybody. She needs to go through Liv Morgan like she's nothing. It's a shame for Liv Morgan because Liv Morgan has been getting better as we go. It's just, she's in the wrong place at the wrong time. She had her little moment in the sun when she battled for the WWE Raw Women's Championship twice. She's not getting another shot. She'll never get that Raw Women's Championship coronation or any time in the Raw Women's Championship because Vince McMahon, she's not good enough. Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, and Sonya Deville versus Asuka, Liv Morgan, and Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair. Basically, when you start looking at this match, it's a 6-woman tag match. All hell breaks loose during the match multiple times. Everyone gets their shit in, but the end of the match pretty much comes that Deville and Liv trade pin attempts. Deville dodges a drop kick. She applies a submission using the middle rope. But the referee says, no, what are you doing? She has her down in a pinning predicament. The referee's like, what are you doing? No, I'm not going to count this. This is illegal. And Deville's like, just count already. I'm your boss, just count. Even though she has no power right now. Bianca Belair shoves her feet off. This distracts Sonya Deville. Liv Morgan hits Oblivion. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. The women celebrate, and that is that. Honestly, I know they wanted to have Roman on the show tonight to build towards that match. Could have did something better. A brawl, a pull-apart brawl between 6 men. Are you serious? That's the best you could come up with? That's Monday Night Raw. It's absolutely just... somehow this is the best show that WWE produces. It's insane that NXT has fallen so much. Smackdown has become atrocious. Monday Night Raw is the only thing that WWE has that's any good. That's your Monday Night Raw review. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. Like or dislike this video. Follow me on Lives at the France Club. Follow me on twitch.tv/France Club. And follow me on Instagram at the France Club. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday for AEW on TBS. Until then, my name is France, and I'll see you guys later.